What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Big Naya on the ones and twos. So I'm shaking the camera all up. Let me not touch the table. So today we're gonna be doing a pregnancy Q&A. Just to, let y'all get to know me a little better with this channel so I can open up and y'all get to really know who I am and, want to come back and talk with me and, all that good-ish. So just gonna jump right into it, and at the end of the video, I will do a bump reveal just so you can see how plump I am right now. I'm about 21 weeks. Well, just about 22 really. So yeah, you can just watch my bump grow the more videos I post. So anyways, getting into it, question number one. When you found out you were pregnant, who did you tell first? So of course I told boyfriend first because I feel like that's only right, It was just me and him there when it was done, so why wouldn't he, be the first one to know? Number two, probably I would have called my mom if I was younger and I didn't already move out since 18 and I didn't have my own job and have my own things. I probably would have been more scared and probably would have called my mom first, but that ain't the case. So boyfriend was the first one. But anyways, question number two, how was the reaction from the father when you told him? So y'all, tea. So whenever I first told him, it wasn't the reaction that normal couples who've been together for 5 years and lived together would have, but it wasn't a bad reaction. It was really because we was arguing like literally the whole day and night before I found out. Like, yeah. So whenever I told him, I had this whole skit planned out of when I finally get pregnant, how I'm gonna tell him, and it's gonna be so cute, and I'm gonna do this and this and this. But in that moment, I was heated, and I just took it, and then he came upstairs, and I just kind of threw it at him. So I mean, he was just like, you're not playing. I was just like, no, I wouldn't, joke about something like that, which I did think about doing a prank like that one time, but I was just like, it's actually women out here that can't get pregnant and things of that nature. So I don't know, I just didn't feel right joking about that type of thing, at least not before I had my first kid. Maybe after the pregnancy, like a little early, just be like, well, looks like we'll have another one. That'll be another video. But yeah, he was shocked. He was shocked, just like how I was shocked. Like I said, because we was arguing that whole day, and that is not what we expected to end our night on. Like, we was literally arguing up until the point where I went upstairs and took the test by myself. He didn't know I was doing it, and then I realized, oh shoot, it's 2 lines, and then I told him. And so, I mean, we're both of age. He's happy now, but initially he was just shocked, like, oh shoot, like, conversation over. That whole argument was dead. It was just like, we are really pregnant. Like, this is for real. Like, we have to set up our appointment. But yeah. Question number 3, can you imagine how much you'll love this baby? I don't think I can really, because I know how I am with people, and I know I love hard, and I'm a lover, for the most part. I'm a fighter too, but for the most part, I'm a lover. But they say it's like love at first sight, and it's just like this feeling like you can't explain. So I don't feel like I've ever had that feeling, that sensation. I kind of believe in a love at first sight thing, but at the same time I don't, because looks can be deceiving. But when it's your own human that you grew for all these weeks and felt kick and is a part of you, it's just like that feeling has to be different when you finally meet that person. So I don't think I actually do know how much I love this baby, but can't wait. So question number 4, are you nervous about having your first child? Y'all, this thing gotta come out of somewhere. Like, I'm not nervous, because I mean, we're women, we're built for this. Like, we've been doing this from the beginning of time without drugs or hospitals or anything like that. So I know this is what my body was meant to do. But at the same time, this is my first kid. Like, nothing's ever came out of that, out of it before, especially that size. And it's just like the aftermath. I think about how it's gonna look. It's never gonna be the same. And it is scary, but it's just like they say, once you see your baby's face, it's all worth it. So I think I'll have that same feeling. But I am scared just to, I don't know, anything can happen, just as far as like getting C-sections and like anything happening in the hospital, like maybe they'll have to move quicker. I don't want to talk none of that bad energy over me, but anything can happen. So I am very nervous, but excited for the aftermath, nervous for like the actual process. But I'm more excited really, because I feel like it'll fly by. Once I get that epidural, I'll be good. Question number 5, how did you find out you were pregnant? So when I found out, like I said, me and boyfriend was arguing all day that day, and I want to think my period was either late or it was irregular, just because, I'd been on birth control for years before, and I had stopped taking the birth control so I can try something else, but I had a period of time where I wasn't on birth control. And so of course I got pregnant during this period of time, and I had just had the same like cramping feelings for, I think it was like 3 or 4 days straight. Like it just felt like a real bad cramp, but I never like get cramps for days at a time and then my monthly starts. It's like I get a cramp and then it starts like, within that hour. Like, so it was just weird that, I was just walking around cramping, and I mean, nothing was going on. Like I wasn't sick. It just felt like my monthly was coming, but it never did. And whenever we was arguing that night, he, sped off and went to the gas station to get a beer. And I only know that because I had Find My iPhone on and I tracked that butt, because I was like, where you going? We arguing, stay home. But he just went to the corner store. And so he went to the store, and I actually went to Walgreens right around the corner of our house. And I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna go and get a test. And I didn't even think I was pregnant. I was just like, you know what? He went somewhere, I'm gonna go somewhere. That's like the thought I was on. Like, oh, he went to the store, I'm gonna go to the store. But if I'm going, it might as well be for something I may need. So I was just like, whatever, I'm just gonna get some tests just to keep in the house, since I'm not on birth control right now. Just have them in the house. I feel like every girl has like a stash at some point of like a pregnancy test just to have in case, especially if they're living with their boyfriend. But yeah, I went and got the test, and I was just like, well, he downstairs playing a game, we all mad, and I'm up here, so let me just take one of the tests. Like, whatever, I'm just gonna take one. And so I was sitting on the floor, I went to go use it, and like I turned the test over, and I was sitting on the floor. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna, look on my phone and wait until, I look at a couple videos on Facebook, then I'll just come back to it later, because I don't feel like I'm pregnant, whatever. So as I reach over my phone, this is 2 seconds after I put the test down and turned it over, I reached for my phone, which was on the other side of the test, and I missed and hit it. And so the test flipped over, and at that point I saw 2 lines. And I was just like, oh shit, there's 2 lines on here. Like, it's 2 lines. Like, I just took this, it is 2 lines. 2 lines mean pregnant. Oh shit. And so I just sat on the floor for a good 20 minutes before I moved or said anything or touched my phone or came downstairs. I just sat and looked at the test and the box and compared, and I was just like, oh shit, like, I'm really pregnant. So yeah, that's how I found out. Question number 6. What has been your weirdest craving so far? To say I'm a little over halfway, I haven't had any weird cravings. Like, none. I kind of always want cheesecake, and I always want like pickled sausages or pickle egg, or what else? Or like the Talent ice creams, the gelatos. But I don't have anything like where I want to like put together, like you'd be like, ooh, that's a pregnant girl thing. I haven't had any of that yet. So as soon as I get some, I'll update y'all. Number 7, are you going to be on birth control after delivery? Y'all, yes, I'm going back on birth control. The only reason I got off of birth control is because I was on birth control since I was 14 years old. Not because I was being hot, but because my mama didn't trust me. Like, she knew 14-year-olds was sneaky, like it was gonna happen eventually, and she just prepared. And pretty much that's what it was. Like, I had been on, you know, the Depo shot, I had been on the Nexplanon, the implant in your arm, and I just felt like it was a really long time since I just let my body breathe naturally. And I was just like, I'm just gonna get off birth control just to like give my body like a period to where like I can get, you know, regular, I guess, feelings. I don't know how to put it, but y'all know what I'm trying to say. I just wanted my body back on its natural cycle, basically. And yeah, before I knew it, hey, should have used protection. But yes, I am gonna get back on birth control. I will most likely do the pill. I feel like that's the most safest, really. And I don't know, just being on birth control that long previously, I was just kind of worried because it's like, all right, I'm getting up there. I'm 23 now. Like, I know like my age is counting against my fertility, and me being on birth control consistently all these years cannot be anything good for my reproductive system. So now that I am having a kid or whatever, and it's just like, okay, you know, I'll be okay. I have one kid. If anything happens, I feel like it'll be easier to deal with rather than dealing with it before I had my first kid. I don't know if that sounds bad, but I don't know what happened. I don't know if that sounds bad, but you get what I'm saying. But yes, birth control right after. If I can get it that same day, I will. What has been the worst part of pregnancy so far? Well, right now I'm into my second trimester, so it's a lot better. Like, I'm getting all my energy back and I'm able to eat and things. So the worst part would have had to have been the morning sickness. Like, my first couple weeks, like, I could not eat anything. Like, it was horrible. I dropped about 20 pounds from the time I found out I was pregnant to maybe like the end of my first trimester. Like, I was really skinny, and I was probably 130 pounds since high school, and I've maintained that over the years. So I was super skinny, and so that had been the worst part. Just the morning sickness. It's horrible. I hate throwing up. Did you ever consider the options of adoption or abortion? No. I cannot imagine laying down and doing what I did and then just taking the life that I just created, knowing like later that can have complications, something else can happen. Like, I want my legacy here, you know. So it's just like, this is a blessing no matter what. I wouldn't do adoption either, just because I feel like that's my seed. Nobody is gonna teach it better than teach her or love her better than I am. So none of that has ever been a question. But yeah, that is all of my questions for this Q&A. I hope y'all enjoyed it. It was just, you know, something to talk about so y'all can get to know me a little better and everything. If y'all wanted me to do a part 2, I can definitely do that. Just let me know in the comments. But before the video ends, I'll give y'all a bump update. I don't know if y'all can see, but there she is. She's getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. I am 21 weeks. So, yeah. But that is it for this video, y'all. If y'all have any more videos that y'all wanted me to do or talk about, I'm gonna do a mukbang soon as well. So just hit the inbox or comment down below. See you in the next video.